So I titled this, You're Not Using Your Superpower. And it's, it's mainly inspired by one of the shorts I did for my Sassy Method. I am a self-mastery coach and I created a formula called the Sassy Method. And you guys know, if you've been following me a while, I always share tips and guidance and just little quick things and blurbs on my page. So one I shared, because I've been seeing, hearing, and a lot of my clients talk about how men, how are you supposed to know if men are lying and they're so nice to you and this guy was the nicest guy and he brought flowers, he did this, he did that, and he still cheated? Or essentially asking how it is that a guy can trick you into being something totally different up front, but then he's not really that guy. And I'm kind of seeing a lot of that. So I wanted to do a quick live on it, just like I did on my short, and I'd like to expound. Sometimes people get frustrated with me, even angry, and say unkind things, and some people get it, but I have so much compassion for us women. I think we were absolutely conditioned outside of our natural operation. Okay, I got a phone call, so I think we're good. I think we are conditioned outside of our natural operation, and in that, we have lost some of our superpowers. And a lot of the women online are also saying, well, we need to hold men accountable, hold men accountable. Being that I'm a coach, you have to hold yourself accountable. And people don't like that because women have been victims of a lot. I will never deny that. However, we cannot expend our energy in trying to hold anything or anybody outside of us accountable, unless, of course, you're a jury, literally. And this is why we know innately within our bodies, within, I say, 30 minutes and maximum 3 days, whether a person is for us or not. But what we tend to do, and I call it the negotiator, is negotiate with what we already know. No man, and this can go for men too, but I'm talking to women, no man can lie to you or perform or pretend to be somebody he's not and trump your inner knowing. It's not even science like that. Like, we be knowing. It's just a lot of the times we sit and say, let me try, or he seems kind of nice, or maybe I'm just tripping, or you'll get a sign and be like, that's not what that means. So we keep bypassing ourselves just so we can have the relationship, just so we can have the moment, just because we're used to seeing a situation completely blow up and obliterate itself instead of walking away at hello. Sometimes, right, I remember, and I share this with you guys often, there was this guy, I wasn't really interested in him. He was nice though, but I just wasn't interested like that. But he was, he pursued in a particular way. And the moment I gave him a chance, we were walking. And immediately I remember us talking and I was like, I would never date him. That's what my inner voice sounds like. I would never date him. And I dated him and it was not good. It's not because of what he did. And it wasn't that he wasn't a nice guy. He wasn't the guy for me. So why did I date him? Oh, because he's a nice guy and I'm new here and he seems cool. And let me just see, when my inner voice already said I would never date him. So when we learn the sound of our intuition and then have the courage to follow it, we think in such scarcity when it comes to dating that anybody who looks almost like enough of it, because nothing's perfect, nobody's perfect, you're supposed to try, relationships take effort, all of these memes that we have in our mind that can ring true, but they don't ring true in every moment and in every situation. So we can't always apply those things as an excuse to go forward in something that we have no business going forward in. And your intuition will tell you, it'll speak to you, it'll let you know. I really don't believe there is any man that can lie to you And like somebody else wrote, they were like, oh, this guy put on his dating profile he was looking for a relationship, but he was really only looking for sex. And he didn't want to say that because he felt like it would keep people from whatever. Cool. And as true as that might be, there's something that he did that let you know that's all he was looking for. He was never moving energetically like somebody who wanted more than what he said just because he said it. That's not, please. I'm sorry, I get a little harsh when it comes to that. Please don't ever think that you are so good that you know more than my intuition. I will never let somebody get over on me like that, because it's not possible. I know what I know. I heard what I heard. I saw what I saw. But where we get stuck is we don't move accordingly. We try to make excuses to hang on to something that we should have never entertained. And I have compassion for us when we do that. But I also want to bring in accountability in a loving way, because it is powerful. We got to take our power back. It is not on the shoulders of women to hold men accountable. They have to do that for themselves. I just got my nails done. I can't hold up men. I have my own stuff to do. Do you know what I mean? So I just want us so badly to embrace messages like this and step into our power, because we got it. We be finding out stuff in our dreams. Y'all know how we are. Women, we be, and I'm not saying men don't have this, but I'm talking to the ladies right now. Hello, your hair looks amazing. Thank you. What are we talking about? We are talking about women's intuition and how my broccoli, that's exactly what I was post. I feel like a little broccoli, the little broccoli meme. This is my broccoli. My skin is glowing. Thank you. I thought I'd just come to you guys real quick before I eat this pizza and start watching TV, winding down on my Sunday. Because of course I'm seeing all the stuff going on with like Meg and Klay Thompson. I don't know those people, and I'm not crazy invested in celebrity relationships, but it always sparks conversation amongst the collective. And I just feel like chiming in to be like, I don't know what really happened for them or whatever, but I'm just willing to bet at some point Megan got the message, but maybe she wanted to be there for reasons, just like all of us do. You get the message, but sometimes the guy's really cute, or he has a great family, or you want to experience this, or it seems like it's going to be that. And you want to make concessions because you want to enjoy it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But being accountable and taking your personal power into play puts you in a power position. Like, there was this guy I dated probably around a year ago, and I knew up front he wasn't the type of guy that we weren't going to end up in a relationship. That's just not where it was going. But he was really fun. He was really handsome. We got along really well. We liked to do a lot of the same things. I enjoyed the conversation, but me not negotiating with myself and pretending like it was going to be something it's not softened the blow when it wasn't. Right? Because it's like, I'm enjoying this for the time that I'm enjoying it. And this is a conscious decision that I'm making it. I'm not being tricked. He can't trick me into believing we're about to be something that it's just not. And that's okay. I am enjoying your time. And when it's time for us to do something different, we'll do that. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Not everybody you date, it's going to turn into marriage. That's just the reality of it. One other thing I want to share, and I was talking to one of my friends about this that is experiencing a breakup. They're younger than me, but we have to grow up now, in the sense that it's one thing, but he's so fun and he's so cute and we have so much in common. That's cool. But being somebody who actually desires marriage, it's probably smarter to think about stuff like conflict resolution. Can we resolve conflict together? What does this man look like if we have a baby together? Am I going to be left holding all the bags? Can he, when I'm not feeling well from the pregnancy, can he be sexually disciplined? Is he the type to pull up and be helpful? Like, y'all want to procreate and you want to get married and do all this stuff because in your mind, it seems like it'd be so whatever. but we're missing so much of the fundamentals that really make that type of thing work. Sure, he's cute and we share hobbies. It's great. We look great together. People say great things about us. But can we resolve any conflict together? How's the communication? What are the family dynamics? You know, the stuff that's going to take you the long haul? Anyways, I thought I saw a comment, but it went away. So that's all I wanted to share. Just some of the things that we get to think about. We have the opportunity to think about when we're pairing up. I think it's okay that we make shifts in the way that we show up and think. This is kind of a challenging time right now to like be dating. This isn't the 90s, you know? We probably didn't have it all the right way right back then, but at least it was less noisy. Now we kind of have to adjust our game a little bit, and we can do it. We can do it without demonizing each other. We can do it without putting a bunch of people in boxes. We're not Meg the Stallion or Clay. We don't really know what they're doing. If you really want to get into it, most of us are regular people, so to speak. So just be true to yourself and move accordingly, but be really true. No more pie in the sky and I just want to get married and have a baby and a house and white picket fence. Like, that's cool, but like, can we resolve conflict? Is it me and you against the problem? Where's all the foundational dynamics that are actually going to go the distance? Being married, I'm not even married, and I know that being married, getting to that goal is not a finish line. It is the beginning. I am not just trying to get the guy. I'm trying to live the life. So it starts with you individually. All of it does. You're 100% right. You have to learn to communicate before you think about marriage and kids. Yeah. I watch too many and I mentor too many. I coach too many people who are going through too much just because there was some stuff they overlooked up front. And it's hard. It is hard to have children and to be married and do all this stuff when the fundamentals were never there. Like, we got to get our heads out of the clouds a little bit, you know? I made that mistake with my ex and had a kid, and 7 years later, we can't even talk about what's best for our son. It happens all the time, you know? And I'm sure your child is a blessing, but I'm sure if you could do it all over again, you would make some adjustments for the betterment of everybody. But we live and we learn, right? And that's why I like to have these conversations to just kind of bring to light. Some people get frustrated with me when I talk like this because it seems like I'm not being compassionate or something, but it's like, when do we change? What we're doing isn't working. Look at the climate, and now we have to take into consideration celebrity cultures, influences, social media, because it's so prominent these days. So we have to talk about things and adjust our game plan to something that's actually successful for real life. Let's stop hearing the memes of get married, settle down, have a baby. God wants you to do this. Your mom said do this, and society will look at you this way if you don't. Anchor in what you know to be true to you. But in order to do that, you need to actually know you and be willing to have the courage to show up as you. So you can get what you want your way. We got to be honest now. We got to take the pie in the sky out. We can still have compassion for people and be like, hey, I know the situation turned out like this, and sure, they cheated. Cheating is not right. But this is not about blame. But how can you look at your actions in the beginning and be honest with yourself and say, I saw this and that, and I betrayed myself by not listening to my intuition. I knew I should have walked away, but I didn't because I was in love. I didn't want to lose the relationship, so we make a lot of concessions, and then at the end we get mad at somebody else. It happens, but we got to get into our power. My ex was so pro-black, but not really pro-black. It irked the hell out of me. She just liked to argue because she's intelligent and liked to hear herself talk. I mean, well, you liked something about her, but it didn't work out, or it was just too much. I'm just reading the comments, guys. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to share. I did chime in on Threads. Anytime I hear about celebrity gossip, I try to chime in as a whole. I don't know those people, but you see the collective chatter, and I just like to add to things in a what's the word? Just like a real way. It's always an opportunity to just test the collective and see where we're at. I only got over her when I started to think only about what I did wrong. Interesting. So you were having trouble getting over her, and focus on yourself helped put into perspective what was really going on for you. Am I hearing that correctly? Because that's where it's at. I have coached married couples. I've coached people in relationships, out of relationships, men, women. And I think what equips me to be good at it is I'm very cognizant that every single thing, no matter what type of relationship we're in, is rooted in self. And that's something I do know about. That's why I'm a self-mastery coach. Self-mastery. That's what it is. How you deal, how you relate, how you choose, how you move. It all is, it's a self project first. All that other stuff, everything's flowing through you. So we talk about this only. The rest of it will work itself out once you got this together. And that goes for everybody, all races, men, women, married, not married, kids, old, it doesn't matter. That's just the reality of the situation. You guys agree? You pick up what I'm putting down? SassyMethod.com if you're into it. I just be here trying to help. It's so, I've had friends where I watch them year after year keep making the same mistakes with the same people, and they keep breaking their own hearts, wasting their own energy, adding age to their own countenance, simply because they're not either paying a coach, going deep enough, get into therapy. Sometimes you need somebody outside of you to see what you can't see. We have habitual subconscious behaviors. They don't smell like anything to you. You get in a different room and somebody's going to be like, oh my God, what is that? And you're like, what? A lot of the times, so for example, I have another friend who keeps getting in raggedy relationships. I don't know why she keeps doing it. It drives me bananas. And for her. And she was like, but I had boundaries this time. And I was really, they say you're supposed to be mean to guys. And I really put my foot down. And I'm trying to tell her, you cannot outperform a habit. You performing mean, performing boundaries, or thinking this is what you have to do never fixes the root issue as to why you keep bumping your head up against the same wall. You're not getting it because you're not going deep enough. It is not a performance. Be more mean, put up more boundaries, tell him like it is. That's just a performance. And we don't want to perform because when you're doing that, you're putting on too much to remember. You're being fake now. And you still can't figure out why you're not attracting and maintaining the type of relationship your heart knows it wants. Your heart's not going to lie to you. You're lying to you. So until you unearth and get to the root of some of those habitual subconscious habits that you cannot see because they are patterns, then you will keep repeating the same cycle. And this is why I coach, because, oh my God, I be clocking it so quick. You don't have to change your whole life. What you're doing is this small little thing. It's a perspective it's small, yet it's running your life. It's running your program. Love your hair, and yes, hey. Yes, I realized it wasn't love at all. It all sounded good, but I ignored the red flags. Yeah, we do it often. Self-accountability goes a long way. It really does. Like any and every time something happens, I'm going to go to myself first. And that gives me power too, because yeah, it's just a superpower. Oh my God, hi, I'm a big fan. Oh, hi. Thank you, Carter. Thank you for being here. I knew it when I read her profile online. She wasn't looking for anything serious, and she fell in love with me. And when we moved in, that profile started to show. Oh yeah. Oh gosh, we waste, well, I don't want to say waste time, right? Because you've got to learn. It's okay to love people in seasons and grow. But somebody else asked me, why do we have to go through the fire as women or as people? Why does it have to be so hard? Why do we have to learn all of these hard lessons, just to get to a better place? And I don't think we always do. But if you don't, some of y'all want to touch the stove to see if it's hot. And you just want to keep touching the stove because you think it might not be on this time. And at one point you're going to be tired of touching the stove. You can learn, or you can hire assistance. You can learn from people. You can learn from yourself so it becomes wisdom, and integrate these things so you're actually moving the right way in every thought and every action. Or you can just keep repeating the same habits until the pain gets so excruciating you either numb or finally actually reach out for help. People go whatever path, they want. Denial of the core issue, fixing the symptoms and not the sickness. There's so much of that. And people get so frustrated because it's another way we trick ourselves. It can sound logical, right? But I put up boundaries this time. But babe, what's running underneath the surface of the performance of those boundaries that you got from someone else? You watch TikTok, you watch Instagram, you're watching other people tell you what you should be doing in order to do whatever, and you have no idea what to do for yourself. We are struggling so bad with that. That's why the way I coach, it's getting to the root. It is a formula that gets to your root. You already know what to do. I don't tell people what to do. I unearth the things that they are not looking at so they can examine them and make a choice to do something different based on what their desires are. Really simple. After that, you can move from there. You just need to get the worms out because it's costing you time, energy, money, your countenance. People who are constantly going through it, it wears on you. It wears on your stress, your heart, your organs, your body. Why? A broke car with a new paint job looks good, but doesn't run. Exactly. I call it putting a dress on a pig. It's still a pig. It's a cute dress though. A dress on a pig. Yeah, that's the worst, right? Getting a car, you think you're getting a good deal. It looks great. You drive it once and you're into it. And then 2 weeks later, it completely breaks down. That's what some of these relationships are looking like. Okay. You didn't get a funny feeling at the dealership. The car dealer didn't feel a little funny to you. The price didn't feel a little off before you took that home. But I learned a lot from her. I'm a lot more thoughtful because of her. She would always diagnose me. She brought me a book about mental health disorder, and I read the symptoms and realized she had. That's insane. All of them. You know what's funny too is it kind of does work like that. A lot of people, what they're putting out to you, or kind of, I don't know if I can really put that into words. Just skip it. I don't want to confuse anybody. But yes, Jay, that's good. Driving it home from the dealership and the motor falls out. Now you mad? You should have never left the lot. Now we got to blame the car dealer, the dealership, how everything always happens to you. When really something told you in your spirit not to get that car, but you were excited about having a car. You didn't want to wait. You didn't want to continue to shop. You're trying to get to the thing this weekend, and it costs you more. It's harsh, but my dad is a 20-year retired Marine, and I'm an eldest daughter. So I think, and the way I speak is hitting things like head on. I feel like some people think I'm not showing compassion, but for me, this is the highest form of compassion. To be direct, to be honest, and I'm not one of those people who use directness as some padded way to be nasty to people. I'm really saying, I want you to think about this. Because once you learn and see and think about that you're doing, you can take your power to create experiences that you're excited about. I love you enough to want this for you. I believe we deserve it. You deserve it. Any and everything I've created has been out of freedom and love. We're only here one time, guys. Even if you believe in reincarnating and energy and all that, this Jamie Alexander here now, the way this is in this time and space. This is it. So what are we gonna do? Let a bunch of other people tell us how to live, struggle and suffer with the same stuff when we can just do something different, not enjoy peace, love, growth, detachment has really helped me so much. Whew, dating became so much more fun when I didn't want to marry everybody. I thought I was supposed to get married, and I will one day. I do believe, or however that looks. I'm still, me learning myself and having my own boundaries and things and self-understanding and willing to be detached has allowed me to remain a lover girl. I'm not going to do this whole, oh, I'm cold now because this person does it. I don't deserve to live cold. I love. I love taking care of people. I love being affectionate with my man. I love giving gifts. I love being loving. I want this to be a cushy place to come home to. I'm not going to change that because some guy I chose when one, I shouldn't have been there, has done something to make me feel some kind of way. No, it was an experience. Sure, I might even be left with some residue of some pain or confusion, but it will never be so much that I denounce being a lover. Never. Because I can detach myself from it's not a reflection on me, it's not a reflection on them. How do I just make better decisions and move forward? So I can scrape, when you scrape your knee, you keep running. If you love running, you don't stop running altogether. When you love running. I asked her, could we wait to be intimate because I understood my pattern specifically, and she kept pressing. The truest form of love is unfiltered honesty, especially when used in sincerity. It is. I love that you understand that, Mick, because sometimes we don't always like to hear it. Sometimes I don't like to hear it. I tell my friends too, I pre-warn them, like I may not seem like I want to hear it or am receiving it in the moment, because I too can be a little bit emotional. And I'm doing better at that, at being reactive. I'm doing better at that. But I am hearing you, and I know you do love me. Where's the communication? Because it's not always easy to receive. I get it. But I'd rather have that than, oh, it's okay, girl. He's an asshole. F him. He did it. No, baby, what did you do so we could do something different so you don't end up in this again? He gonna be long gone. He's gonna be gone. What does he have to do with you? No, he won't, Jamie. We some players. Oh, you players? Well, I'm a lover. So I keep the players from round here. I can't be doing that. But I've learned to make those decisions differently. I am, boy, that's gotta be